Hello, we are back live after a small delay. We just missed the very first point. Hyperflick started with the offense with a clean hold against Lithuanian team DTS. Now with this kind of offense. This is a game for the 5th place in women's division. Both of those teams had a very interesting game yesterday in the group stage, and it actually ended in the universe point. Hyperflick taking the victory, and now they are playing once again here for the 5th place, and DTS with the point, answering right back after Hyperflick. Gabi Agaube with the first point for DTS. So 1-1 is the score. So far no turnovers at all. And now Hyperflick, their second offense. First one was fairly quick, just a couple passes and they get the point, but now Petrauskaite with the block. She will also start this offense. Immediately centers the disc. Swings around. Just patiently waiting for better cuts. High stall count. And Milda just throwing the disc away. After Hyperflick pressure, shutting down all the undercuts. Now Hyperflick struggling a bit, nowhere to put it. And we have a stall out called. And it's uncontested. Leibniz had nowhere to put it, and now DTS very close to the end zone. One player isolated in the end zone, but not able to get free. Now up the line in the end zone. Liepa with the point. Beating opponent up the line for the first break. 2-1. Lithuanians with an early lead. Taurene putting it up there in the end zone, and very close. Lazdan unable to get this one. I believe the pass was for Racina, but Lazdan was there. But still, it's a turnover no matter what. And now DTS, very quick disc movement, just having wide open players all around the field. Nice break side throw. Not liking any options in the end zone. And easy dump. Ends up with a turnover. And that's the point for Hyperflick. After a couple turnovers, Hyperflick able to get the hold. Anita Ozoliņa in the end zone after assist by Mara Taurene. And we are tied once again. Hyperflick had a very, very interesting game early today. They lost in the Universe Point against Tartu after leading almost whole game, but now DTS with the turnover just overthrow the disc a bit. Racina dumps it back. Laipniece now. Big pass goes up and the block in the very last second. Milda getting at the Bora. Blade in the end zone. And that's a point. Liepa in the end zone. Second point for her. So DTS using the whole roster. Mixing some of the younger players with the former European indoor champions as well, having some great experience, and overall I think DTS is doing a very great job with the younger players, getting the next generation. Now we have a side stack from Hyperflick with one player isolated. Very close to getting the block. And the mistake on the throw. Leibniz just didn't put enough strength on that one. Big scuba goes up. Not in yet. And now it's in. Ida in the end zone. And that's another break. 4-2 now is the score. Lithuanians having a 2-point lead for the very first time in this game. Of course, on the paper they are favorites to win this one. However, yesterday Hyperflick proved them wrong. Got that universe victory. Taurene now. And up the line all the way for the clean hold. Three-4 is the score. We are almost at halfway through the game. As we know, these games are fairly short, only 25 minutes. So every point counts. Milda looking for Bora, not liking options. And we have a pick on the cut. Aida will just bring the disc back. And Racina just stepping in. Aida gets the disc anyway. Petra Vaita looking for the scuba. Going with the backhand in the end. Milda now. Dumps it back to Bora. Petrauskaite. Aida putting it up in the space. And Petrauskaite. And once again, 2-point lead for Lithuanians. Milda with the pull. Parhimuka will start the offense for Hyperflick, one of the rare left-handed players. Very dangerous with the disc. Racina now. To Taurane. Racina looking for the hammer. Likes an option. Finds it. And Lazdane with the point. Petrauskaite. And immediately intercepted. Hyperflick now can tie the game. Low pass. And Taurane unable to save this one. Bora. Dumps it back. Puts up a scuba. And that's a good one. Galbe in the end zone. Getting a pass from Petra Vaite. Milda with a pull. That's a good one. Defense is already there, putting up a pressure from the very first pass. Racina getting the undercut. Big swing around and misread. Lazdane just going under the disc. Petrauskaite. Stall count rising. Aida centers it. Milda. High grab near the end zone. And in the end zone. Unable to get this one. Another opportunity for Hyperflick. And Milda with a hand block, putting up the disc and immediately putting it in the end zone to Ida. And 7-4. That's another break. Galbe. Taurana now. Putting it up there. And Racina getting it high. In the end zone. 5-7. One of the quickest points in this game. Clean hold. So 2 points again between the teams. Bora getting the pull very high. Petrovaite back to Bora. Galbe close to the sideline. Petrauskaite putting up a scooper in the end zone. Und Eva with the point. Every single player involved in this one. Petrauskaite just immediately putting up a scooper wide open. Eva in the end zone, getting the first point in the game for her. Quite evenly, all the stats are distributed between the DTS players. It doesn't feel like there are like 1 or 2 key players in this team. Every single player gets involved quite a lot. Laipiniece dumps it back. Racina. Parhimoka looking for the hammer. And Ozolin in the end zone. Answering right back with a quick hold. No, couple clean holds in a row. But DTS, it's good for DTS, but Hyperflick needs something more. They need some turnovers. And can they generate something here? Bora not liking options. Just dumps it back for the handlers. Milda. Petrauskaite back to Milda. Ida now. Milda going for give and go. 2 players there. Almost bumped into each other. But Bora stopped. Let's see this one again. Bora is there, 2 players, and just Bora stepping out of the way, giving the disc to Ida. So 6-9 is the score now. Less than 5 minutes left to play. Milda with the pull once again. Again, it's quite good. Defense is already there. Putting up the pressure from the very beginning. Far disc and it's too far. And now DTS can just take another break. And getting closer and closer to the 5th place in the Baltics. Milda Ida now. Swings around. Milda finds Ida. And in the end zone, Galbe getting yet another point. And 10-6 now is the score. So Hyperflick now needs 5 points in a row to win the game. They managed to win DTS yesterday in the universe. 11-10 was the score. But now they need 5 points in a row to do the same. They'll start with the easiest part. They just need to hold their point. Racina. Taurana. High grab. Parhimuka. Hyperflick advancing. Big blade across, and that's perfect. Right in the end zone. Ozoliņa. Wide open, Ozoliņa in the end zone after this perfect pass. So that's the hold for Hyperflick. So can they get a block now? Can they get a break? DTS needs just one more to close the game. Bora. Almost miscommunication between the players. Petra Vaite swings it back to Bora. Only these two players involved now. Galbe dumps it back. Petra White, will there be Scuba? Yes, here it is, but... And it looks like there's a reason why the pass was so low. There's a fall, and it looks like it's immediately uncontested. Big blade to Bora, putting it up in the space. Two Lithuanians ready to get the disc. And Ida getting a goal. And that's the game. DTS taking the victory. 11-7 is the final score. Getting the 5th place in the Baltics. Hyperflick now 6th. And coming up next is a men's game for the 5th place. It will be Estonian matchup. Tartu against Saku, so stay with us. We'll be right back in a couple minutes. So stay with us.